Hey everybody, and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Anique, and this is my unfiltered journey through IBD, fertility struggles, and becoming a mum at 40 plus. Today is chapter 7, The Long Road Down. Now, fair warning, this one's emotional. This is where Vindication meets Devastation, where hope collides with a global pandemic, and where everything I'd been fighting for seems to have slipped through my fingers. If you're following along, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And if this resonates with you, drop a comment. Your stories matter and I'd really love to hear them. So let's get into it. Quick recap for anybody just joining. Chapters 1 through 3, I got diagnosed with mild proctitis, met Marco who wanted kids, optimized everything for fertility, and then watched as my period disappeared and my IBD stopped being mild. Chapter 4, a US trip, doctors assuming menopause because I was over 40, and a medical cascade that landed me in A&E. Chapter 5, I faced the devastating question, what do you want us to do, Miss Tate? Followed by hospitalization, taking control of my health with the SCD diet, and proving I didn't have Crohn's after all. Chapter 6 is my recovery in Sicily, eating endless eggs, a break-in, my hair falling out by the handful, and my consultant finally admitting that I had been right all along. So now we're heading back to Sicily for 6 months. My body's recovering, my business is thriving, and we're ready to seriously try for a baby again. What could go wrong? I planned our move to Sicily with the obsessive detail that drives Marco absolutely nuts. Trello boards, expense spreadsheets, emails upon emails. We rented out our room to help cover the mortgage because I still have my housemate. My hair was finally growing back. It was these short tufts spouting everywhere like a patchy lawn. I'd come off the strict SCD diet and was eating relatively normally, though still avoiding dairy, gluten, and sugar. The supplements I was taking to optimize everything seemed to multiply daily. I was still seeing Jessica, my homeopath, and Dory, my acupuncturist. I was determined to be in the best possible shape before we left. My business was thriving. Marco found us a flat in Catania that would even accept our cat Dory. Everything was coming together. But my period was still missing, but I was too busy to be worried about that. We set off early on Saturday morning, like everything crammed into the boot of the car, Dory in her little harness with her litter tray and cat bed. Due to high winds and being ghosted by Airbnb hosts, we ended up having to drive straight through to Sicily. That's over 2,500 kilometers in one go. Like Dance Monkey became our anthem because it seemed like it was on repeat on the radio. Marco at the wheel with me and a sack of food at my feet, and Dory in the back. Like the boot, Italy, is so long. Google Maps kept saying, in 500 kilometers, continue straight. By the time we reached the toe of Italy, I was going to lose it if I had 500 kilometers one more time. Like, we took turns driving so the other could sleep with Dory strapped in. When we finally arrived Sunday afternoon after 30 hours straight, we were ready to collapse. All that was left was setting up for work the next day. Looking back on it now, in hindsight, I wish there was something else that we did that day too. But In January 2020, we flew to Berlin for a friend's birthday. It was brilliant. A chance to pause and actually enjoy ourselves. But eating in groups with my dietary requirements remained challenging. We never ate with the others because of timing and my restrictions. That anxiety about building a burden, it was growing. My symptoms had gotten worse since, before we left for Sicily. So I turned back to oxy powder capsules. They'd actually helped me clear the inflammation before I had the flexi-sigmoid the year before, before the doctors gave me the medication that landed me in hospital. So when we got back from Berlin, we decided to move forward with trying for a baby. We saw Marco's family GP, who actually happened to be an obstetrician and gynecologist. He was old school. He actually listened, asked pertinent questions, and then actually cared about the answers before forming his opinions. He told me to drink a litre of water, and then he did a sonogram. The gel was cold, and the doctor talked to Marco in rapid Italian, like words that I didn't normally hear in conversation, and my Italian wasn't that advanced. I wasn't entirely sure what was happening. Then Marco turned to me and he said, "You're still ovulating. You've released an egg, you're just not menstruating. We need to go and see a fertility clinic so that they can do something about it. And we also need to get my sperm checked." I was overjoyed, like I was bubbling. I knew it. Huri knew it and Jessica knew it. Until now, doctors had written me off as menopause because I was over 40. But I had been right. I could feel it. I knew it. Like we paid €60 and left feeling absolutely triumphant. I was so happy. I lost my granddad around that time. We flew back to the UK for the funeral. Like COVID had started rumbling in the background. There were 8 cases in Brighton and cases growing in northern Italy, but it still felt distant. When we got back to Italy, we had Marco's sperm checked, all good there. Then we booked the appointment with the fertility clinic the doctor recommended. I remember it like it was yesterday. This consultant sounded exactly like UK GPs. Menopause, menopause, menopause. He wanted blood tests to make his judgment. I was trying to push him to scan me. I was trying to get him to see what the doctor who sent us there saw. I didn't care it cost money, but he wouldn't scan me. I explained I had no other menopause symptoms. He didn't care. I explained what I'd been through. Like, couldn't it be fight or flight? And he barely responded. I was desperately trying to get him to listen in a language I didn't fully command. And Marco stepped in to support me, to support my voice, to fill in the gaps that I couldn't. But he wouldn't listen. We left with instructions for blood analysis. This was Friday, 7 p.m. The hope I'd felt, it was dissolving fast. Marco tried lifting my spirits. We found a clinic open on Saturday, got the tests done, and sent them to the consultant via WhatsApp. His response? No further treatment. I protested. It didn't matter. I contacted Jessica in a panic. Help! Could this really be it? What could I do? The next day, COVID hit hard. The walls went up across Italy. We were trapped. Nowhere to go, nowhere forward. And my fertility window was apparently closing for good. So that's chapter 7. Vindication followed immediately by devastation. Hope crushed by a global pandemic and medical dismissiveness. But here's the thing. I wasn't done fighting, not even close. In chapter 8, we'll talk about what happened next. How I reached out to my homeopath when I had nowhere else to turn, how I started understanding the prejudice women my age face, this concept of advanced maternal age, how doctors fixate on one single hormone instead of looking at the whole picture. If this story resonates you, please give this video a thumbs up. Have you ever been dismissed because of your age? Have you felt trapped by circumstances beyond your control? Share it in the comments. The blog and podcast links are in the description below. And your voice always deserves to be heard. Always. Take care, and I'll see you in